Oh, I probably need my phone. If I can see the chat on here, I think I can see the chat. Oh, there's Penny Hunter Gabe. Hey, Gabe, what's going on, man? Can you hear me okay? Hey, Scott Jarvie, how you doing, my friend? Hi, Jamie Dermott. Several of you jumping in here now. I just got back from our coin club meeting. Looks like we got 3 in the chat. Just want to show a few things I picked up tonight's meeting. A couple things I got on a mail call too. But just in from the coin meeting, bought a few things. Hey, Grandpa Joe. Yeah, I picked these up. One I got is a mail call. This is one I got in the mail. It's the 1.5 ounce Canadian Silver Fox. It's 4 nines, argent pure. And of course, this is a Canadian coin. And you can see it's actually an $8. It is a coin. And it's got Queen Elizabeth there on it. But I just got that in the mail today. So I thought I'd share that first and foremost because that was the first thing I got. And then got this at the coin meeting today, and I did some trading for it. I'm going to send it in and have it graded. And this really has a nice cheek on it. I think it's at least a 63. I think it's got a great shot at a 64. Maybe a really outside shot at a 65. I need to look at it a little bit more. But just a gorgeous coin. Yeah. Common date, but it had a lot of bling. It's dripping in luster, as you can see. So did a little bit of swapping for it, but it's definitely a choice coin. He was selling it as a mint state choice coin, and there's a little ding bag mark here from the edge of a coin, if you see on the lower part of the neck. But the face and the fields look really strong and really good. I think it's a 63 all day, and I think it's got a good shot at a 64. And that's just my opinion. For whatever it's worth. Hey, Silver Turtle 65, my friend, how you doing? Silver Coin Outdoors. I have to quit looking at the screen and keep my eye on that. I got 10 in the house. Wow, jumping on here quick. So, guys, I just got back from our local coin meeting. It's the River Cities Coin Club, and it covers Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. I picked this Morgan up. I was just showing off. But it's good to see everybody. Hey, VC Coins Nevada, good to see Barrett B. Hurst. Trying to see who else is all in here. I mentioned your all's names. But thanks for jumping in here. But picked up a really clean, nice Morgan I traded for. We did a coin auction at the end of our things. Thank you, sir. Good sir. I think it's a strong. I think it really has. Besides that little bit of a reeded ding here from a bag mark on the part of the neck, I think it's a 64. I think the fields are too clean. It's got too much luster. We'll see. Maybe even a 65. I'm not sure how much they're going to take off. If you guys can see this right on the bottom of the neck, see where it got dinged by a coin? Probably a reeded edge in the bag. Sometimes they don't take off much for those. We'll see. Hey, David Carlisle. It's a common date, though. But, the higher grades. Yeah, everybody mash that like button if you can. So I got this in the mail. I think I did that on the rainy day fund. I won that early on. That's the 1.5 ounce argent pure 4 nines Silver Fox argent pure. So I got that in the mail today there from Phil. Picked this up at the Coin Club. Now here's something different and unique, and I'm going to do something different with this, guys. What do you think of this? This is a SEGS. It's one of those third-party graders. It's second tier. And it looks like a coin that was an MS62. I think it's graded correctly, but it's really dirty, and it's not really toned nicely. Now, bear with me and watch, okay? Look at when I flip this down. Can you see the thumbprint on the neck and the lower part of the cheek? Can you see the thumbprint right in through here, where my thumb's at right now? Look at that thumbprint. Okay. So I think a mild conservation, either on my own, which I know how to conserve, or by the grading agency, I think would take this, what I think, it's got a golden tone to it, but it's not an attractive toning in my opinion. Now, it just depends on what you think attractive toning is. I mean, it's uniform, but it looks like there's some dirt on the coin. It's got that one tone mark up here on the rim. A lot of that stuff will come off through conservation typically. And I think if it gets conserved there, it could be a 63. Now, not everybody can conserve. You could have the grading agency, but see that thumbprint? So I traded for this one also. Look at that. Now you can really see the thumbprint. Can you see that, guys and gals? That to me is really a detraction. Somebody thumbed that really good. So this is a project coin. I didn't pay a lot for it. Did some trading for it, but I think it's got some opportunity, and I think it's definitely what I consider a conservation coin. You got your package. Good job there, Fierce. You can just barely see that thumbprint. If I get the lighting right here, I want you to see, you can see it pretty good. Now look, it's right here, like I'm putting my thumb over where the thumbprint's at. Now watch. Oh, it's too much to tell you how to conserve it. I'd have to actually show you. I've been trained on conservation without damaging this original strike. There you go. See that? Can you see it now, Silver Turtle? See the thumbprint right there on the neck and the lower part of the cheek? It's a big thumbprint. Somebody thumbed it good. But the grading agencies do it, and people that are trained in it can do it too. Yep. So it's got a nice thumbprint on it. So that's a project coin. I could end up messing it up, but I don't think that I will, and I don't think it's going to hurt anything either way. So, but that's a different video or live, or for me to make it do something about conservation. And honestly, it's not something people really share much with people. But hey, misplaced Yoper girl. Now, I got this today, since I got that silver fox, and I apologize, I did not walk up and look at this coin, but I got the polar bear 4.9s, but it's got milk spots on it. You see the milk spots? So I wasn't real happy when I saw the milk spots, and it's got milk spots on this reverse too. But still, I bought this $2 over spot, so I can't complain. So I got this really nice proof, again, Canadian coin for $2 over spot. So I like it. You know, I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. Now, I got this in today, and I won this on an eBay auction. So this is a 1962. Again, this is a second tier silver coin. 13 in the house, 9 likes. Hey guys, mash that like button if you can. But it's an ICG. Again, it's a second tier grading service. I always consider PCGS and NGC, and I even put Annex up there as the top 3. Then the ICG and the Stegs and the other ones, OIC and stuff. Yeah, they still do a pretty good job, especially with this modern stuff. But they just won't carry the reputation. But I got this slabbed and graded, and believe this or not, with shipping, free shipping. Got it for $4.95 on eBay. You believe that? A silver coin, slabbed and graded for $4.95. So I thought that was kind of neat. And I also bought tonight in the auction a slabbed and graded Benji. I say graded, uncirculated Benji, so it's unk, but they don't give it a grade. NGC doesn't. Whenever it's got details coin. So this, I got this for spot. I got this for $6. So I got it for melt value. And it's got a wheel mark on it. And a wheel mark is not really like a ring of death. It's actually just like a scrape there from the coin counting machine or whatever. But it does have a wheel mark on it. It's a 1963. Hey, Dennis Stewart. Reverse looks good there too. But anyways, long story short, even though it's slabbed and graded, you can't beat it for melt, right? I might even crack it out and just sell it as a BU coin. But I got some questions here. Do you figure out Oh, that's somebody asking me another question about something. Now I see some Canadian coins. Yeah, I love those 1.5 ounce, $8 Canadian coins. They're really neat. They are really, really neat. Canada. See, I'm missing some of these comments. I apologize, guys. I can't see the comments when I'm doing it. So I'll let you see a few things there. Yeah, it is a nice rosy. So yeah, there's a couple different conversations going on here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any comment to me. Hey, thanks for coming in, Misplaced Yoper Girl. Have a good night there. So this was some of the things I didn't sell, but I brought for trade and stuff. This is an AU58. This is a what I call a steel gray patina, almost a gunmetal gray. You don't see this very much in the Morgans. Very unique toning. Really comes out nice. It's one of my favorite coins. It's just a very, very unique toning, and it's an AU58. So basically that means that they're a mint state coin, but it has been very briefly into circulation. Now, if it wasn't circulated, this would be a 63, 64 coin when they give it an AU58. But this is just to say, hey, there's a bump or something on the highest wear points. It's an AU58 coin, but typically, if this had not gotten into circulation whatsoever, it'd been a 63, 64 coin, basically, is what they're saying. Learned that today. That was told to me today by one of the very big known numismatists that was in our coin club. So I thought that was kind of unique. And this is something that I swapped or traded for. Here's a 64 Benji. This is the older holder from PCGS. So if you see, you know why it's in the older holder. Can you tell me why? Maybe you tell me why it's an older holder. It's the older blue holder. Gives you an idea there. That's pretty neat. And here's a very common 1921 AU55. My daughter's in.
I made $60.
No, that's not a rattler. The rattler's usually a green label. No, that's not a rattler. Actually, I don't think that is the older holder. Thought it was at first. The older holder has the UPC symbol on the back, the generation before this. So that must have been a different coin I was thinking of. And here's something I brought to trade, and I didn't trade it though. Here's a beautiful, high grade. It's got a hair on it there. MS67 Lowell. Check it out. There's a hair on the glass. So there's an MS67 Lowell. So I do have some, if you don't realize already, I've got some nice Lowell quarters for sale. W mint marks. NMMS 65, 67, 66. All three, from Guam's to Lowell's to American Memorial Park. So if any of you are interested in getting you a W slab certified high grade W quarter, just reach out to me on email. Just reach out to me on email. Fierce Fortune Hunter, do you know who I am at East Coast Prospecting? I would think you're so fierce, I would think. Since you're Fierce Fortune Hunter, you probably changed your name. Am I right? Hey, Ralph's Trucking, good seeing you. Hey, Mike Wolf. Go back here and read the chat a little bit. Henry Von Moores, up ECP. Thank you. Walking by Faith. Thank you, good sir. Blessings to all. Stephen Parsons, how you doing? Amy, how you doing? Dennis Stewart. Got a bunch of people jumped in here. Sorry, I was too busy talking to look at the chat. So I was Rice, huh? So you used to be so fierce. Now he's Fierce Fortune Hunter. There you go. So did you change your name or you got two channels? I Fierce kind of gave it away. But, so here's my favorite one of the night, though. Still this one. It's actually the ungraded corn. So this is my favorite one. Look at this thing. We're definitely going to send this in for grading. I should let everybody guess and see what they think this will grade. Common date. I know that. I see a little bit of like reeded ding marks on the very bottom of the corner right there by her neck. It's a bag mark where these were shipped to the banks in bags. But check this thing out. It's a really nice BU quarter. I'm definitely going to send this in for slabbing or grading. I just think it's spectacular. Yeah, I think it's a 64. Maybe it's a shot at a 65. I don't know that it would get a 66. You know, with some of the marks, I looked at it under the loop. With just the naked eye, it looks like it could have a shot. It's very clean face, very clean fields, really nice luster. Would be nice if it was a 66. Whew. I think that year, I think 64, Dennis Stewart. I do too. I think 64. I'm hard on him though too, but I think it's a daggone definite 66. 63. I think it's definitely a 63, and I think it's got a good shot at a 64. If it got a 65, I would be elated. I don't think it'd get a 66. You're worried you post your collection, Google will track me and snatch it all up. Anyone else have this worry too? How's Google going to snatch it? Hey, no problem, So Fierce or Fierce Fortune Hunter. I felt kind of weird signing it. You won the dime at the end of the stream giveaway, remember? The end of stream giveaway, you won it. Your name got drawn randomly on that last live stream. The Benji I bought from Melt, okay? And it's not graded because it came back detailed. It's got a wheel mark on it. But it's slabbed and graded, and Lord, it would cost you $20 to have it slabbed and graded like this, but it's uncirculated, so it's a mint state coin. But NGC doesn't give you a mint state grade when it's a details coin, so it's got a wheel mark on it. And I don't think you can see it here with the naked eye. I could see it with a loop. It's not a bad wheel mark, but I'm probably going to sell it. I think I can get $10 for it. Anybody wants it for $10 and a couple bucks to ship it to them, I'll send it to them. But it's a nice 1963D Denver Mint. But I can send it to you for a couple bucks and $10, $12. But I bought it for a little over Melt, and I bought it to resell basically. But it's a nice Benji, nice 1963D Benji. From there. So that was the Benji. Should do a giveaway for the Benji. I'll be broke if I start giving away that $10 coins all day long. I'll be in trouble. Now here's the Stegs coin. I think I'm going to have this conserved. It's the one with the thumbprint. I've always got stuff for sale. Let's see. Here's a nice one. I'd sell this one. It's a steel gray patina. It's very unique. You don't see it. AU58. This means it got into circulation for probably a day or two. If it didn't have that, it'd be a 63, 64. When they get an AU58, those are mint state coins that got into circulation for a very short period of time. But this was put up and ended up with a really nice gunmetal gray or steel patina. But I have a lot of different Morgans. Depends on what you really want. I've got a bunch of different Morgans. We could work something out if you want to email me, or we could FaceTime and I could show you some stuff. Just got this in from eBay. Yeah, I didn't get online here to sell anything, but I always will if somebody wants something. Here's one I can make a deal on. It's a 1921 AU55 Morgan. It's toned up. Kind of like a golden toning all over. Got some tone marks here below, but it doesn't affect the grade. But it's gotten into a thing. But I could let that one go for $30. Give me a couple bucks for shipping. You can't beat that. It cost me $25 to have it submitted and graded, so I'm basically not even charging for the grading fee or the submission for something like that. So you can't beat that price. just because it's graded. You know what I'm saying? If it was a raw coin and stuff, it'd probably be $5 less. And that's one I just got there today. This is still one of my favorites. Is this? I love this Arctic Fox. This coin's in great shape. What year is the Morgan? Is that what you're asking, Henry? It's a common year. It's the last year, 1921. So one of them's the 58 is in 1886. That's why that other one's so low as a 30. And this one's in 1921. Yeah, 21 was the most common year. They made a lot of them. That's why the price is not up there to $45, $50 range. I sold a couple tonight that were $45, $50 Morgans. Sold them in the auction at the Coin Club meeting. 62, 63s. You like the pre-21s? I got plenty of them. I got boxes and boxes of slab graded coins. This one I'm going to send off. It's an 1886. It's a common date, but I'm going to send that one off. I just showed. That one's going to. I got a lot of toner coins. Lot of toner coins. Now here's something neat. And this I had put in an auction. It didn't sell. And I can't validate. I got this in a grab bag. Check this out. So this is supposed to be an uncirculated coin. I don't know that it is. Okay, but this is a 1943p wheat penny. It says error 33. It says Blue Beauty uncirculated. I think it's a bunch of nonsense. I could give that away. How about that as a giveaway right now? Now, I got that in a grab bag. Whoever wrote all that on there, I think they're smoking something. I'm just going to be honest. I think they're whacked. I don't think any of that's true that's on there. So that's why I say that. I think I brought that in as a joke. I left it on the table, and they gave it back to me. Hey, Wyoming gold medal detecting. Yeah, I don't think it's anything of that sort. But it's a conversation piece. Shows you how vivid people's imagination can be. You know, how far they can just kind of get out there and try and write something on something and sell it. It's not even an uncirculated coin. There's nothing true about, I think, any of those statements on there. Besides, it's a steel Wheatie. That part's true. It's an old steel Wheatie. Whether it's a double 3 or not, I'd have to get there and look at it. Exactly. People do anything for $1, won't they? Let me look at it under my loop. I'm going to look here and see. Let me look here and see what it looks like it is. Blue Beauty Pretty Smoke. That was the pills he was taking, man, when he was looking at it. See, I don't see a double 3 either. So, yeah, all this is nonsense. And it's got a big scratch on it. Yeah, big old scratch on it. Yeah, whatever he was smoking, it was some good stuff. It's not even close to an uncirculated coin. Yeah, I think it's a joke, man. I'm not. You know what? I'm embarrassed. I wouldn't even give that away. That's how bad that is. I wouldn't let anything come out of my place or my hand that says something like that on it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. He was rolling and smoking some Blue Beauties. Yeah, laced them Blue Beauties or something. The Blue Beauties was probably Viagra coins. No, yeah, wasn't at all. This was neat though. I think this was the deal of the night for $5. Got that on eBay for free shipping for $5 starting bid for an ICG MS66 Rosie. Hey Phil, what's going on, my friend? Phil, I got in my coin from you, from your auction, rainy day auction fund, 4 9s. So I was real happy with that. It's a good looking coin. Got a heck of a good deal on it. You guys need to check those out. Yeah, that's a neat little Rosie. So those are some of the favorite things I picked up. Got that in the mail today, eBay. Bought this today at the Coin Club. This is a freaking stunner, Morgan, right there. That's definitely going to get sent in. Definitely get that one slabbed and graded. Cross our fingers we can end up with high grade as we can get. Nice, nice Morgan. And that's what I got from Phil in the rainy day auction fund. Hey, Sheldon. Aloha, my brother. Good to see you. Sheldon, I have been to Hawaii. I mean, it's a lot of people probably been to Hawaii, though, I'm sure. Hey, Sheldon, thank you so much, by the way, for the spot and the win there on Cajun Coin Hunters stream there. I appreciate it. 20 in the house. Holy cow. Everybody just wants to see what I got at the Coin Club tonight. So here's something for the people come in later. I got this at the Coin Club tonight. This is a project coin. This is going to be one I'm going to try and conserve. It's very dirty. It's a Steggs, which is a second tier grading company. 1884 New Orleans. But watch this, guys. You see the gold toning? You see a little bit of the toning there on the rim here and over here. But watch what I'm going to show you. I'm going to change the lighting. Can you all see the thumbprint? Look at the thumbprint right here on the neck. See if I can get it right without the light on it. There's a thumbprint on there. See it? The neck, lower part of the neck and the field. See the thumbprint on the coin? It's the MS62. I think it's accurately graded. But I think this is a good coin for conservation. And once it gets conserved either by me or I pay the fee to have it conserved, I really wonder if it'll still be a 62 or does it have a shot at a 63 then? So, anyways, that's the project coin I bought for the night. So, crack that out of a Steggs holder. Pay for some conservation on it. And see what we get. I think it's got a shot at something a little bit stronger. We will see. Hey, thanks for mashing that like button, guys. Got 28 likes, 22 people in the house. Can't believe we've already been on almost 30 minutes, man. Hey, Sherry Ward. And there's a really neat pick tonight. If you guys need any high-grade W quarters, I've got several that came in from my last grading submission. So just reach out to me. Here's an MS67. I've gotten some 68s back too. But let me know. You know, this is, remember guys, there's only going to be so many of these. This is the one that came out first series. It's a W quarter, Lowell. First W quarter ever minted, and that's a very high grade, guys. Remember, these have been, for the most part, you know, they were put into coin bags and with the P's and D's, and then people grab them from the bank boxes and get them to get a higher grade like this. But many of them get put into circulation. So out of the 2 million that each one that was made, a lot of those are no longer going to be any kind of a mint state. Nowhere even close. Hey, what's going on, Meat Man? Meat Man. Good to see you. VC Coin, Sherry Ward, Harry Von Mug. How much for the W quarter? Depends on which one you want. If you want that particular one, send me an email. We can talk. They've been selling in 67s around 150 to 180 in that high of a grade. I've got 65s, 66s. 67's been bringing a pretty penny. Just because it's, you know, that's a high grade for the coins that got in. You know, they kind of get lucky when they get a big 67, or if you can get a 68, which is the highest grade I've seen thus far, and those been selling for $700-800 up to $1,200 on eBay for the 68s. But I think for the most part, you can get a 67 probably in that one on the low end, on the 120, 130 range. What you've seen on eBay sell for. But just contact. I'll make a deal with you. And if you like to trade or something too, I'm trying to help people out. I'm pretty easygoing. I don't try and make a fortune off anybody. But if you want to get a nice W quarter, slabbed and graded while they're still out there and stuff, you know, they're still low mintage, I'll be glad to help you out. Oh yeah, there's been some really crazy prices on them, man. I've seen some that just think. I mean, if you can get a 67 like this, you got a hell of a nice coin um, that I think will retain its value for the most part. Slab graded authenticated either through an annex, an NGC, a PCGS, or something like that. But I'll make you a deal on this. Just send me an email. I don't know if I can type my email in here or not. I have to get on my phone. Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you got your scent today, your Lincoln scent today, Sherry Ward. Come here, Milo. You want to get on camera? Everybody say hi to Milo. Milo. Milo hasn't seen me today. I've been going to the Coin Club meeting today. We had a big, long meeting today. Milo, look here. Hey, Milo. Milo, look here. You're live on YouTube channel. Look here. You want to go outside? You want to go potty? Say hi, Milo. Milo's a Boston Terrier Dachshund. Bodog. Mom, I can't take him out. You got to take him out. Milo's my buddy. He's laying here with me. My LCS has a 66 for 250. I'll tell you what, Henry. I'll make you a heck of a deal on that 67, and you can go laugh at your LCS. And I will make you a good deal, my friend. And I'll tell you what my emails. You look on some of my other auction emails and stuff. You'll see my email on some of my other ones. Here, I'll write it down and show you what my email is. Because I can't get on the chat right now. I can read it, but it won't let me type on it on my iPad. So let me write my email down. Anybody wants to email me about some W quarters?
Did he go out?
He did not go out yet. I told you I can't. I'm on live.
Come on. Go potty.
Okay, so here's my email. CTABM Chadwick at AOL.com. $100 for everything on the table. That'd be a good deal. Might lose a little bit of money. So there's my email. So if you want something nice like that. MS66. I'll tell you what. You want an MS66. I'll make you the deal for tonight and tonight only for $60. You can't beat that. If you want an MS66 and your dealer Henry selling it for $250, you tell him you got one from ECP for $60. And I'll pay the shipping. How's that sound? But if you want a 67, we have to do something else. He says, don't tease me. Oh, Milo. But, yeah, sold, Henry said. There we go. And I just send me an email. That email is the same email I do for my PayPal, too. But if you could send it friends and family, it would be great. So they charge me 3%. But do you want a Lowell, or do you want a War in the Pacific, or do you want an American Memorial Park? I think I've got all three in an MS66. I think I've got all three, Henry. If you want all three, I'll sell you all three of them, each for $60. I can go back here and look. We can talk on email here after we get off here. I can send you my phone number on email too. We can talk live or FaceTime. But yeah, I got a bunch of W quarters I just got back from a submission. So if you guys want some certified grade and slab ones, I'll make you a deal. Just give me a shout. We'll figure it out. I'll do something for you. Should put that one over here. There we go. The Lowell's really pretty. You post your email as well. Let me screenshot it if I see it. Okay, I see it. Let me screenshot it. I can do that. So I can see. We can get on. We can talk here after we get off here. If you're not going to bed, Henry, we can talk. We can figure out which one you want and what you want and stuff. But yeah, I'll tell you what. There's some crazy prices going for the W's, and I kind of understand it too, because now think about it this way. And I know a lot of you, some of you are just stackers, and some of you are big numismatists. Each one of those 5 in the series Well, I appreciate that, Sherry. That means the world to me for you to say that. I'm a night owl too, there, Henry, and I'm off tomorrow. I took a vacation day, so I'm not worried about going to bed early tonight. So think of it this: there's five of this in the series. You got the Lowell, the American Memorial Park, the War in the Pacific, you got the San Antonio, then you got the what's it, River of No Return or Lost River. I can't remember what the fifth one was. It comes out in November. They're only making 2 million of each. So the U.S. Mint takes these and they scatter them in the 2019 quarters, like the San Antonio's out now, and they sprinkle them and they put them in bags of coins, and they send those bags to the Brinks and the Loomis and the AF Strings that distribute to the banks. They get marked and banged up in those bags. They get bag marks on them. Then the Loomis and the Brinks of the world dumps these into a coin rolling machine, and they roll them all up, okay? And they send boxes of $500 worth to the bank. So now follow me. Now, if, and this is if, somebody that's a coin roll hunter, like myself or numerous people that's here that's online that does it, buys that box and hunts that whole roll and pulls those out, and they're careful about it, and they only handle the edges, they get them, they find some that haven't gotten marked up in the bag or in the coin rolling machine, then you might get a 64, 65, 66. If you're real lucky, a 67. And if you're hit the lottery and really, really lucky, you get a 68. So the things that are 65s and up are coins that are fetching some nice money. 66, 67 is what I've been putting into my collections if I can for them. And they're carrying a pretty penny. And the price is all over the place. You might see one sell cheap on eBay, then you might see one that sells through the ceiling. They are really all over the board. What you really have to look at is the buy it nows. What are the buy it nows selling for? That MS67 buy it now. There's a guy that sold like 13 of them. I looked at it tonight for like 179 or 169. I can't remember. Almost $200. Okay. There's coin shops and everything. Like you said, it's got an MS66 selling for $250. I've seen some selling the 67s for $1,000. Now, did they get that? No. You have to look at the sold listings, and sometimes you get lucky and the auction sells cheap. Hey, Sherry Ward, if you want one, you let me know, my friend. I'll get you one. I've got some that I think would be lower mint states that I haven't sent in for grading because it's not worth the submission fee. But we can fix you up if you're looking to find one there. I know that it took me a while before I found my first ones. In some areas, they're almost impossible to find. Yep, you spent $1,500 for an Ike dollar. It is. It's what people want. You found a War in the Pacific in your W and your change. That's cool. So how much did it get marked up, you think, VC coins? But yeah, we'll get you taken care of and stuff. Yeah, Henry, we'll talk here afterwards. Figure out what you want, which one you want, and stuff. I can show you a couple. Do you have an iPhone, Henry? Because if you do iPhone, we could probably just. It was still in the roll, probably a 66. Well, that's good. If you got it in the roll, then like saying, if you get in pocket change, like it went into the register and it went in a few people's hands before you get it, then that's usually when you hit the low 60s and then the AU, because then it gets some circulation to it. But if you got it in a roll, yeah, there's a good shot at, like you said, a 64, 65, 66, things like that. They're pretty tough on them, when you grade them. I mean, the ones that I send in to get these higher grades, like the 66 and 67s, I'm throwing more coins back than I'm sending in. If I had a roll of 100 quarters that were W's, maybe 30% will go in, 30, 35 of them, and the other part we don't. Yeah, congratulations on the 1,000 VC. I know you hit it right after I did, I believe, didn't you? Or maybe you were before me. I can't remember. But I just hit 1,000. I want to thank everybody for that. I greatly appreciate it. Hey, Armando from the vault. Hey, Al, oldies and goodies. Good to see you. Armando, haven't seen him for a while. Good to see you, Armando. No, we got an Android. Well, I can just send you pictures and we can talk live if you want. We can do email pictures back and forth. I I got a couple of my buddies have Androids. You just can't kind of FaceTime. There you go, VC. If you got that way, auto parts when you get the first crack, get them out of the roll. That's where you get the better grades. And you think of it this way: we'd be a lot of high grades if they sold them from the mint, but they're not doing it. So they're going into the bags. They're getting through the coin rolling machines. So yeah, they get some marks on them and stuff. Unfortunately, you see some with the wheels, the circle of death on them, and the wheel marks on them. It kind of stinks. But if anybody wants to email me and check on some W quarters that are slab graded and certified already, there's my email. Screen that. You know what, Sherry? They're hard to find. I'm not getting them in my area. I've been actually finding them when I travel. I either get them from other people from other areas, or I get them when I go over into Cincinnati or Columbus. We're not seeing any of them in my tri-state area at all. They are not hitting the banks whatsoever. Hey, big bank, little bank, long time no see. The D mint marks are some sweet coins. I've got some. I might want to trade some with you, VC. Maybe you've got like a whole roll. Because I've got a lot of the P's, but I don't have a lot of the D's. I think I got a roll of D Guams. The San Antonios I just got in. I'm not sure if it's D's or P's. I have to check. But yeah, VC, I might want to do that with you. I got P's, VC, if you need P's. We can trade P's for D's because you're on one side of the country and I'm on the other. Maybe that's something we can do is just trade with each other. I'll see how many P's I've got different types. Yeah, you know, it's hit and miss. They put these things out, and some places they seen. I knew some people were getting a ton of the 2019 new quarters, and then like the 4 series that are out, but then like they didn't get any of the American Moral Parks, but they got a lot of the Lowells, they got a lot of the Guams and San Antonios, but they never got any parks. It's just crazy. Just ordered a 5 ounce San Antonio from the mint. That's pretty neat, Henry. That is pretty neat, my friend. Oh, my butt hurts. I've been sitting all day long. We'll stand up here for a second. Everybody hear me okay and everything? I'm moving my table around a little bit. It's not moving this too much. Oh. We got the polar bear. We got the Arctic fox. We got the Banshees. There's a nice Kennedy half there. Here we go. You got your quarter and your dime there. We give you a little better picture of everything, right? Trying to give it a good coin shot. A little bit of everything. I still think this is the one I'm most excited about. Put it in the middle. I'm really curious to see what the grade comes back on that. Might do a pre and post video on that one. I think it's definitely a mint state choice, and I hope it gets a 64. That's what my shot hope is. HD Shovel Ed, it's good to see you, my friend. Yes, I do, Armando. That's what I just came back from the coin club. I bought some of these things. Some of these things came in the mail. I did some trading and swapping, the whole 9 yards. I sure did. I did a lot of different things there. But I swapped a few W quarters today at the coin club meeting. I got a bunch back in submission this week. So I've got a bunch of W quarters. I'm telling a few people here on the chat, if you want to email me, here's my email address. I've just been doing some swapping and trading, and like to trade, like to sell, whatever. Got tomorrow off. Mike Wolf waiting for the rain. Yeah, I still think it's a 64 too, Dennis Stewart. That's what my hope is. We'll see if we're right or not. Oh, I was just talking big bank that I got a bunch of 65, 66, 67 W quarters in. I've got the Parks, I've got the Lowells, I've got the Warren the Pacific, Guams, and so I've got some of those in there to sell. If anybody's interested, just send me an email. I'll make you a deal on it. Where you're at, I'm a member of the Northwest Arkansas Coin Club here. I'm actually in the tri-state, Armando, so I'm on the Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia border. So I'm up here about 2 hours from Cincinnati, right here on Huntington, Ashland, Ironton, which is the tri-state area. So I'm about 2.5 hours east of Cincinnati, Ohio. And then see, I've got that's why they call it the River Cities Coin Club, because we cover all three states, and the Ohio River splits all three states. It's where all three states come together. Are you by Mothman? Mothman's about an hour from me. It's an hour north. That's in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Infamous stacker. And that'd be a good video for me to do sometime. They got the museum up there and the statue. I've actually used to rabbit hunt and deer hunt up there in the areas where they saw the Mothman, where the reports were. They've got a museum that shows the Men in Black, the real Men in Black from back in that time. That's where the Silver Bridge fell and stuff too. Big story on that. Also, you were in Ohio part near there, so you're probably what, in Marietta, Ohio, or Gallipolis, Ohio. Gallipolis is across the bridge from it. I actually work in Gallipolis, Ohio. There's a nice coin shop, MTS Coins, in Gallipolis, Ohio too. So, and that's Tom runs it and does a real good job. Ed, you need to send them to me, man. I send them to all three. I send them to PCGS, NGC, and Annex. I can help you out, Ed. Oh, someone near you. Okay, I understand that. You wanted to look at them firsthand. I was going to say you could send them to me or meet me at an outing and we could do a submission for you and look at things. I'd help you out, Ed, if we do an outing together again like we did before at Flash in Your Pan. Here you go, Henry. I got it written down on a piece of paper here already. CTABM Chadwick at AOL.com. That's an old one. So C and then tab TAB and then M as in mom, then Chadwick, just like it sounds, CHADWICK at symbol AOL.com. Usually got a moderator in here of mine typing it in and flashing it up. If you need me to put it back up again, just let me know. But Big Bank should throw it up for me. He's one of my mods. There's a hey Ed. Anytime you want to talk, my friend, send me an email too or whatever. And well, I don't know. I don't know if we exchanged phone numbers or two or not. But I can help you with grading and submission. And depending on what type of coin it is and what specials are runs, I'll use any of the big three. I'll use PCGS or NGC or Annex. I got an account with all of them. I've been sending some stuff to Annex, more of the modern stuff like these W quarters and stuff. Um, because I've been sending in so many and they run some specials. NGC and PCGS run some specials too, but they're probably twice to three times as expensive. So I'll send my higher end Morgans and stuff like that in there just because people perceive it differently, you know. For PCGS, they kind of look like this hierarchy. Hey, SJ. Hey, found it buried. I got you, oldies. I'd have to grab my phone here. Let me type it in with my phone. Oh, I'll pull my phone up here at the same time and I can do the chat. It's hard to do the chat. Let's see. It's hard to see the chat running without that. I'm cheating now so I can see both at the same time. Here we go. Now I can see the chat. Let me type it in there. Been a while since I went live. Glad to see all my friends in here. Good to see SJ and everybody here. All the channels I support are supporting me tonight. It's really neat that I can finally go live on my iPad. Okay, there's the email. So Val wants to grab it, or whatever the case might be. HD got it there ahead of me. Oh, look at that. They came out with a different, that's yellow with a crown on it. Huh. When did they start doing that? My 8 real was a reproduction. I've got an 8 real in there. Piece of 8. I gotta grab it out of my treasure chest. Hey, you know what, Ed? If you got 2 Morgan VAMs in question, the person to really send the VAMs into is Annex. They are definitely the VAM out of the big 3, PCGS, NGC, and Annex. Annex is the Real, and not the Real, the VAM people to send it to. PCGS, and I think maybe NGC's this way. I know PCGS will only do the top 50 VAMs. I've sent them to him before and not got the designation, but the best people for VAMs has been Annex, and that's kind of a known fact. So you might want to try that. So let's see what else. If I'm missing anything else in the chat while I'm talking. So Sheldon's in here. We got 23 in here. 24. 41 likes. Hey, everybody mash that like button if you don't mind. Yeah, thank you, Al. Oldies and goodies. Yeah, say if you're interested in saying a certified Lowell, War in the Pacific, Guam, the American War Party, any of the W quarters, I could probably help you out. I got a couple boxes in. So that's why they were posting the email up. It's too hard to try and get them out and try to sell them in a chat and stuff. But if you want to talk live, I'll make you a deal and stuff. There you go. And then HD, have you got onto VAM World and looked up what VAM or die breaks you think they are? That's the big part, is doing the research part before you send it in. I got a VAM 2Y on a 1922D piece dollar the other day and had it graded. So you gotta, and it takes a while sometimes to make sure, because some VAMs are very close or almost look identical, but so you really got to check it out and see. But if it's a top 40, 50, you can do PCGS, but then you still got to make sure you document it and everything, and they'll give you the designation. Now they'll tell you that they'll do more than the top 50 if you do the documentation, but I've sent them in before and it comes back and they won't give the designation. They take your money and don't give it to you. So my VAMs are all going to Annex from now on, because there's no question that they typically will give you the designation. Infamous Sacker has a big VAM collector in his area. Good deal. Good. A new Marshall in town. Good to see you, my friend. Matt83. Got everybody in here today, man. This is all the who's in the coin world. Must be the only one online live right now. John Francis, good to see you. Got a lot of great people in here. Man, it's awesome. 23 in the chat, 44 likes. So found it buried. There you go. JW's Coin and Hobbies. There's a new one for me. What's up? Thank you, my friend, for coming in. Mash that like if you don't mind. We got all the people, the who's in here. And you know what, guys? This weekend, or this week, next few days, I've got to get together and do my 1K celebration giveaway. I am definitely going to have to do the 1K celebration giveaway. I have not done that yet. You know what's really weird about this picture? Check this out. We got an ICG slab. I just noticed this. An Annex slab. A PCGS slab. And we've got a SEG slab. SEGS, SEGs. All three of them. And we could do this. I'll move these two out. And we can add an NGC slab. Now we got all of them. Check this out. Got 5 different grading companies here. Isn't that wild? So you got NGC, Annex, then we got a raw coin. So you got all different 5 ones right there. Threw it away in MS60 1923S quarter. How do you throw it away, for God's sakes? That's crazy. Hey, no problem. Go eat there, Henry, and pop me an email there, and I'll try and get on it here right afterwards. I'm going to stay on here about 4 or 5 more minutes, and I'm going to jump off. I got a bunch of stuff to get done before that, but I'm going to stay on about there. I'm going to definitely send in this 1886 for sure. Now, that's the one I'm hoping for 64 at least. I think it'll get it. Now, that's just my prediction. I'm not a grader. I think I'm pretty accurate most of the time, but I got a lot of luster there. If you see the bottom of the neck, you'll see a little bit of a reeded edge mark on the bottom of the neck there. I don't think that bag mark will take much away from it. But this is a choice BU coin, mint state, and I'm thinking about cracking this one out and doing conservation on it and take that tone. I'm not real crazy about this golden toning. If you look right here when I flip this, look, can y'all see the thumbprint on it? See the neck? See the thumbprint somebody put on it? So there's a thumbprint on there, and I think conservation would take that away, and I'm hoping that 62 would become a 63. So that's just a project coin for me, more than anything. So we'll see what they do. Well, thanks, Matt83. I appreciate that. It is football season, no doubt. No doubt. He thought it was a piece of trash, and I thought, oh my goodness. I wouldn't want anything like that thrown away. I wouldn't be keeping that stuff laying around like that. Skull Crusher Silverman, good to see you. There we go. Here's one that's answering the questions too. Found it buried. Got a lot of great people in here. You're looking through your emojis. Worth it cost just for you to 1 point bump up. It depends on what that bump is, Ed. So if it's a 64 bump into a 65, heck yeah. Because when you get in 65, 66, 67s, it's a big money difference. When you go from a 62 to a 63, probably your grading, your grading fees are probably about it. It might go up $30, $40, $20, $30. Because if you send it to PCGS, it's going to cost you $20, $25, depending on what special, probably $25 plus shipping and insurance. You end up with about $25 to $30 in each coin submission with PCGS. A lot of times, NGC almost the same way. They're a little bit less, a few bucks less. Annex will give you probably the best deals with some of their specials. You can probably get one graded for about $15, almost half of that. But the big difference is if you can get a 64 to a 65 or 66, it's a game a lot of people play. It's a lot of fun at times. People do the crack out game, or they try to get something done. I always buy the coin, not the holder. I traded for some of these coins tonight. So this coin I got for spot. This coin I got on eBay for $5, believe it or not. Nobody else bid it. This one I traded with. This one I traded also. This one was one of the ones that I did trade also. And this is one I brought in myself just to show some of the W quarters. And then a couple of these I did not auction off. And then I got some of these in the mail today. Got this one from Phil, that rainy day fund auction. But I was just showing a few things. I like CAC. I've sent some stuff to CAC. My buddy's got an account with CAC. They only give it to certain people. I got a good close friend that's really big, but I've got a few CAC coins, probably 6 or 8, 8 or 10. I'm not sure how many in my boxes back here, but before PCGS and NGC started giving the plus marks and stuff, CAC was nice because if you had like a 65, but you thought it was one of the top 65s, and you got the green bean button from CAC, it would tell you, it's in the top 20% of that grade or better. So almost like a plus coin that they have now. So, yeah, I've got some CAC. I've sent coins off to CAC that have not CAC'd. I've got coins I bought that have the CAC bean. It's okay, It's just another way to just authenticate your coin what a high grade it is. A lot of times it'll express that it might have great eye appeal, some great toning, some really nice exceptional luster or strike. So I think CAC has its place. I think the bigger grading agencies would like to see, them do the only certifications and there not be a certification of the certifier. So they're starting to come out with this MS67 plus or MS65 plus, different things like that. So, that's how it is. It's just what it is there in today's time. So yeah, I don't know that I'm crazy about CAC or dislike CAC. I see its place and it's okay. If I have everything being equal and one coin's got a CAC sticker and one that doesn't, yeah, I'm probably going to buy the CAC here if the price is not a whole lot more. CAC typically will get you about 10 or 15% on your money more if you got that CAC sticker. Yeah, it's a lot of game. But I appreciate this question, Stephen Parsons. Yeah, those are all good questions. Those kind of things. There's a lot of stuff here in the numismatist world on things what they do. I mean, I have different thoughts on this. Depending on what coin, I always say buy the coin, not the slab. If it's a nice coin, I like it. I want it. This one I bought that's raw. I liked. I'll get it put into a slab. Uh, Depends on who I'm doing a submission to, but typically that'll go into one of the big three. Um, the purest of the world. There's some people that use nobody but PCGS. There's some that use nobody but NGC. And there's some people that say, I'm not going to waste that money, but I want them slabbed and certified. And I'm going to use the oldest grading agency. I'm going to use Annex and pay, half the money. So I get it. I get it. But hey, Sherry Ward, have a good night there. We're going to jump off here anyways. I'm kind of getting dry and parched, losing my voice here a little bit, just for talking for an hour. But thank you everybody here for coming in tonight. If you got any questions, send me an email. If you're interested in any W quarters like this beautiful MS67, I do have Lowell's, I do have Guam's, I do have Warren Pacifics, the Guams. I have the American Memorial Parks. I've got them in 65s, 66s, 67s. I think I might have a 68 left, but I don't know if anybody wants to spend that big money. But, give me a shout if you're interested in a W quarter certified, slabbed, and graded. I'll make you a good deal on it. You won't have to pay this big price like Henry was talking about at some of these coin dealers or some of these big online prices. I'll do what I can for you. But hey, everybody, take care. Thanks again for everything. And you guys have a great night out there. Thank you, Al. Always good. And thank you, Found It Buried. Everybody take care and have a great night. Yeah, sweet dreams. I like that. That sounds pretty good. So I'm trying to turn this. So you guys take care. We'll see you. ECP. Over and out.